Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. A while back I asked you guys if you wanted a video on how I contour my nose, so I'm going to show you the quick and easy little way of how I contour my nose. Now I just use powder and of course my cream highlight, which I've already thrown on when I was highlighting my face with my under eye and all that good stuff. So I've been using for my highlight the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and then to bronze up my nose I always use the NARS diffuse bronzer, and I use the shade Seaside. I like this bronzer. It's like the perfect shade, and it's a little bit softer than most bronzers, hence the name diffused. So for my bronzing tool, I don't know why I decided to use this brush. Forever ago when I first started getting into contouring my nose, I started using this Anastasia brush. Now this brush I believe came in my Modern Renaissance palette. It's one of those dual-sided shadow brushes. I just dip the smaller, more precise end of the brush into my palette, and I tap off any excess. And we're getting right in close here, and I go right up to the nice, kind of see where that shadow on the edge of my nose is, right up to that shadow line there, and I draw a line all the way down the edge of my nose, all the way down to the tip. And then I usually end up going back up, and then I'll dip back into the bronzer when I feel like I need more product, but then I'll go back up and I will finish out that line and I will arch it out to my brow. So basically I have a line going all the way from the brow all the way down the edge of the nose, all the way off the tip, just like that. And then I will do the other side the same to match. Just like so. And then I'm going to go in, dip into the bronzer a little bit more, and I do right on the end of my nose because that's going to look darker. I want the end of my nose to look kind of rounder, cuter. I don't know, I've got kind of this big beak nose, so I like to darken the underside of the nose all the way around the tip there. And then I also like to shade in the complete sides of my nose, like so. I'm going to go in and basically completely shade the side of my nose right there. Okay, you can see how dark those edges look. Don't worry, it always gets worse before it gets better. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to dip back into the bronzer, tap it off, and I'm going to go from that dark edge, following that line we already created, and I'm going to shade in all the way up to the start of that curve. And I'm just going to kind of make that line thicker, basically. Just like that. Basically, I'm creating more depth on the nose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my brush over, and I'm going to take that big fluffy end of the brush, and I'm going to start by going down the side and just kind of blending that line, the top of that line, kind of softening it up because it's pretty harsh right now. Just softening that line, going up into that arch around the eye there, softening that up. Then I'm going to start kind of softening the edge around that, along the side of the nose, and I'm going to kind of take that same back and forth action all the way down the side. It's really going to soften up any of that really harsh stuff that we just put down. And then I have a pretty large hump on the side of my nose here that I don't love, and I want the focus of the roundness of my nose to be more towards the tip. So I'm going to go and I'm going to bring some of that shadow up on that big hump. It's going to darken that up, and it's going to take the focus away from that. Kind of that mid-bridge section of the nose, I'm kind of darkening up just a little bit. just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Go along that line, soften that line up, and then start smoking it out. And then bring that shadow up over the bridge, or bronzer, I guess is the right term. And then I'm just going to come down here on the tip of the nose and kind of get that little tip right around the edge there. And then to finish her off, I like to take just whatever highlight I'm using and do just a little bit right on the edge of the nose. And then I will take a little bit kind of right between the eyebrows and highlight that as well, that lighter portion. And that way it kind of takes the focus in these two areas and not so much right in the middle. And voila, and if I'm feeling a little extra crazy for the day, I sometimes will take a little bit of whatever blush I'm using and go right in the center where we kind of shaded that nose portion. I'm going to take a little bit of my blush there, just like that. And that is honestly how I contour my nose every day. Don't always put the blush on it, but that is how I contour my nose. It's so quick, so easy, and it just looks really good. The blush thing is more typically during the summer. In the winter, sometimes I do put the blush maybe more on the end of my nose to give it a little more of like that windburnt, maybe it's cold outside kind of look. But anyways, that is how I contour my nose. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys like this video, then give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.